Hello and welcome to the Horizon Camper Builds YouTube channel. My name is Eli, and in today's video, I'm going to show you yet another Toyota Sienna camper build. My client has brought me his 2026 Toyota Sienna, and he has requested a level 3 camper build for up to 2 individuals that features a stealthy indoor design as well as a mobile office setup. I'm excited to show you today's video because you're going to see an updated design for the 4th gen Toyota Sienna, and also this particular build is going to feature the highest rated solar and battery combo that I've ever done in any build. So without further ado, let's get started on today's video tour. Alright folks, we're going to go ahead and start the tour with the outside of the van. This is the 2026 Toyota Sienna. All 4th gen Toyota Siennas are hybrid. This one is all-wheel drive. It looks like just any other minivan with the exception of a roof basket that has a fixed 200-watt solar panel on the roof. I'll discuss the solar and battery capability of this build in just a second, but let me just go ahead and walk around this vehicle so you see what it looks like. These are excellent for camper conversions because they get excellent gas mileage. They're perfect for stealth camping because they're completely unassuming, but this one can also do outdoor camping as well. So that's pretty much what this really nice Toyota Sienna looks like on the outside. Let me go ahead and open it up so I can show you the camper build inside. Okay, I'm approaching the passenger side sliding door. The sliding door is automatic, and here is the updated level 3 build for the 4th gen Toyota Sienna. This build is currently installing in place of the 2nd and 3rd row seat. This build is modular and it is currently secured to the floor of the Sienna. If you choose to want to return this van back to a passenger vehicle configuration, it takes roughly an hour to an hour and a half to remove the entire build and be able to install the 2nd and 3rd row seat back in this van. Currently, you're seeing the setup in the single person bed and bench configuration. The bed measures 25 inches wide by 75 inches long. This will become a double bed. I'll demonstrate that later in the video. When you are seeing it in the single bed and bench configuration, you will have this open floor area that acts as an entry point to allow you to enter this build. And then underneath, you see we have storage drawers. This storage drawer up here in the front is very large. It is on locking ball bearing heavy duty slides. And here you could see the amount of space that you get. This is probably ideal for sleeping bags, pillows, maybe even like clothing and shoes. There's another drawer in the middle part of the build. This one is a little bit smaller. In here you see covers for the 2 folding mattresses. This drawer is on soft closing slides. Down here in the back, it's a electric compartment that has an inverter, a fuse box. I'll discuss that a little bit later in the video. When you are in the single bed and bench configuration, you could choose to add a portable toilet if you are doing some stealth camping. You could place the portable toilet right here in this area. They're usually very compact and small, so it would fit perfectly right up here. This build is going to be very, very private. Currently, I don't have any coverings on all the windows, but the client will be ordering the WeatherTech window covers for all the windows. I went ahead and installed a removable curtain that separates the driving area from the camping and lounging area. This curtain can be easily removed. The rod is spring-loaded. It takes about maybe less than 10 seconds to remove the curtain. You could see the gap between the front driver's seat and the bed setup behind it. You are still able to adjust the seat, push it all the way back, recline it if you choose to. And also the same thing can be done on the passenger side front seat. The client has elected to go with the popular carbon gray stain polyurethane as well, and all the edges and surface areas have been sanded and routed to create a smooth finish anywhere you touch. The floor of this particular build was carpeted using black polymat carpeting per client request. One extra thing to mention is that all the features of the van are accessible, so this layout actually works with the interior design of this van. So if you see like a USB outlet or maybe even cup holders, everything remains accessible. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and enter the van, close the automatic sliding door, and show you what it's like to hang out in here when you are in the single bed and bench configuration. This is a backrest. When you flip the extension over, it becomes a leg. So you could choose to have like 1 or 2 pillows here and be able to hang out right up here in this front area. Or you could choose to be right here and use this camper build as a mobile office. So back here I am sitting. I have plenty of room for my feet. I am able to sit very comfortably. My head is barely touching the ceiling, and in front of me I have access to this very large flip up counter that will act as a computer desk for my client. I went ahead and added 2 clip-on adjustable LED lights that could be clipped on and moved anywhere in this build. Here's the second one, and you could see how much surface area we have to allow my client to use this van as a mobile office. In addition to this very large flat counter, we do have a side counter as well. And then the client has requested that we add a drawer that's accessible on the inside. So this will also help him organize his mobile office back here to be able to do some work remotely somewhere very, very scenic. You could see the windows could potentially show a beautiful view if he's like on the beach or somewhere really, really scenic. This wouldn't be a bad place to call your office. Some more storage can be found under the flip up counter. You could see I went ahead and created this shelf for him, and then right behind the counter we have a larger shelf, so he could use this area for storage in addition to the one down here and the drawer. And behind me, this is a new design. You could see we have a double level cubby storage area. We have a smaller one down here and a much larger one up here, and you notice that the shape of this cubby contours to the spare tire that's located back here. This is an indoor and outdoor access sink, and in order for me to access it inside, I do have a button that turns on the water pump, and then that's going to allow me to go ahead and dispense water inside the build. The bowl that you see here, it's a 13-inch stainless steel bowl. And also the faucet does collapse and you could rotate it as well. What I'd like to do now is go ahead and talk to you about this really capable solar and battery combo that is installed and integrated in this build. I'm going to start with the outlets. Up here on this pillar we have a DC outlet that displays the voltage of the battery. The reason why it's located up here on the passenger side pillar is because when you are driving and if you need to look back and see what the battery is doing, you have the voltage reader right here within easy sight. There is another DC outlet on the other pillar on the opposite side. We have a third DC outlet. This DC outlet is for the clip-on LED light in the back, but also for this 12 volt 20 quart fridge that's located in this dip area. This fridge can be accessed both from the inside as well as from the outside. Here is the AC outlet on the back of the sink wall. And then in order to activate it, you'd have to press the control switch of the inverter, which also displays the battery level. The inverter is actually located under the bed, along with the fuse box, some switches, and bus bars and all that stuff. The inverter is very, very capable. It is rated at 2000 watts, and it is a pure Sine inverter. This is a lithium ion battery, and it's rated at 320 amp hours. So this battery is actually very, very capable, powering not only the fridge, but probably also like a microwave, a coffee maker, or maybe even an induction stove. So I'm currently standing on the driver's side sliding door. I have it open, and I want to discuss the multiple ways you can charge the 320 amp hour lithium ion battery in the back, starting with the fixed solar. Here you see two solar controllers. This one is actually connected to the fixed 200 watt solar panel that is secured on the roof basket on the roof of the Sienna. So this will continuously charge the battery as long as the sun is available. Number two is the portable solar. Right here we see a 300 watt portable solar panels. These are folding, so you can stow them away when you're not using them. And if you require extra solar charging, you can connect these to this secondary solar controller. You could see the connectors right there. In total, you could have up to 500 watts of solar to charge the 320 amp hour battery. The benefit of having portable solar panels is that you can move them where the sun is if you choose to have the van parked in the shade. There is a extra long extension for these connectors to give you the ability to move these panels away from the van up to 20 feet. The third method to charge the 320 amp hour battery in the back is with the Sienna itself. This Sienna does not come with the built-in 1500 watt inverter option, so we had to install a DC to DC charger rated at 30 amps that connects directly to the primary 12 volt battery that's located down here. This method will slowly and safely charge the large 320 amp hour battery without overloading the DC to DC converter. Also, because the DC to DC charger is only rated at 30 amps, when you turn on the Sienna at night in order to run the AC all night long, this will not affect the DC to DC converter, so you can safely slow charge the 320 amp hour battery and run the AC all night long without overloading the DC to DC converter. What I'd like to do now is go ahead and turn this single bed into a double bed and show you what that looks like. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the single mattress out of the way, fold it in order to expose the extension. Then I'm going to go ahead and flip the extension right here in the middle. Then I'm going to move the mattress back over to the middle in order to grab the second extension up here in the front, flip that over, and now we went ahead and doubled the surface area for two folding mattresses to lay right next to one another. Okay, I went ahead and brought the second mattress to lay it right next to the first one in order to double the bed size. So now we have a bed measuring 50 inches wide by 75 inches long. The mattresses are 4-inch thick foam with removable covers, so you can wash them when you need to. When you are not using the second mattress, you can actually store it up here in the passenger side and only use one mattress if you choose to only remain in the single bed and bench configuration. Another important note is that the storage underneath in the drawers will not be accessible when you're in the double bed. So if there are any important items that you would like to use when sleeping in the double bed setup, it'd be wise to take them out and place them either in the cubbies or on this open shelf. Let me go ahead and open the lift gate in the back and show you what it looks like from the outside. Okay, I'm standing under the rear lift gate of the Sienna to show you the outdoor access of the sink, the counter and the fridge. I can walk all the way up to the bumper and be able to easily use the sink. Under the sink, we see the two 5-gallon water containers. One is for gray water and the other one is for fresh water. The design on this particular sink compartment is an open design to allow you to easily be able to take out the gray water, dump it, and refill the fresh water. In here, there's an extra shelf that can be accessed from the inside through the opening that you saw earlier, as well as from the outside. And you could see the way the sink is designed. It allows us to be able to access that 12-volt battery in the back, as well as potentially use this as storage. But also we do have the spare tire tools down here that need to be accessible, so therefore the design allows access to all those items. Right here we see the fridge again, which we can also be able to open and access from the outside. Right next to that 12-volt fridge, we have a portable single burner butane or propane stove that could be placed up here for some outdoor cooking. If you require extra surface area, if you are placing the stove up here, what you can also do is you can go ahead and push the drawer open from the back side of it. And then here you could use this surface area to help you maybe place some more items here in addition to the surface area up here to allow you to fully utilize the counter space in the back. And here's a better look at the 320 amp hour battery. We do have a circuit breaker that we can turn the battery off from all the electricals under the bed. And right next to that circuit breaker, here's a better look at that third DC outlet that the fridge and the second LED light is connected to. And then finally, here is where the spare tire is. There's a cover and it's right behind it. So you could see the design of the cubby on the driver's side, as well as the cut on the back side of the bed. With the short counter will allow us to remove the spare tire cover and access the spare tire in the back. So that concludes today's video tour on this 2026 Toyota Sienna all-wheel drive that has been converted to a stealth camper as well as a mobile office setup. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Until next time, take care and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.